Welcome to For Felliness, Belysning.
You are not broken.
You are out of balance.
And there is a path home.
This is For Felliness, Belysning,
From the Alaska ulfhednar.
ancestral morning light for those
who have been through hell
and are still standing.
This nonprofit has a sliding scale guidance
At alaskaulfhednar.org/guidance.
for felliness belly snake.
Begins now.
Every day, someone's little girl, daughter, sister, girlfriend, fiance, wife, cousin, mother, auntie, grandmother, great grandmother, elder disappears, shattering a family, a community, the world. There is something we can all do. Remember them.
Feeling overworked, overwhelmed, maybe emotions have got the best of you. Well, you are not broken. Many of these feelings are inherited, and they're the way we perceive the world around us. I wrote a book, Rewriting Your Emotional Recipes, that kind of outlines the process and helps us to dissect the way thoughts are created, feelings are created, and most importantly, stored for future use. Visit our website to purchase and download a PDF ebook that speaks directly to how we can manage our own mind. Rewriting Your Emotional Recipes, Ancestral, Belonging, and the Emotional Patterns That Shape Your Life. You can download it, purchase it and download it at author.akoutlaw.com. Good morning, my friends, and happy Thursday to you. Today we come to you celebrating the Feast of Gratitude. I say the Feast of Gratitude and not some of the other phrasing because I recognize there's a lot of different connotations associated with this word. But I want to be sure that I embrace that which I am thankful for, that a constant remember of gratitude in my life, gratitude for altering my perspective, gratitude for my education, whether it been through schooling or through life, gratitude for all the people who have come into my life and have traveled with me, if only for a few steps. There are many things today at which we can be thankful for. So whether you embrace this idea of colonization and Thanksgiving, or whether you're just thankful for all the things in our lives, either way, today we celebrate with a feast of gratitude. Before I get started today, as I do every day, I wanted to say thank you. There we go with the already expressing my gratitude. Thank you for all of you who have liked, followed, and subscribed us on whatever channel, on whether it be audio or video or YouTube or TikTok or the radio, kwwp.org here in Alaska. Wherever you're listening to us or watching us, thank you so much. I also want to give a huge thank you to my friends and family at newrealitytv.com. Newrealitytv.com is a streaming channel dedicated, filled with a perspective, with different spiritual perspectives, different ways of looking at it, different parts of our journey. Hopefully, finding something for you that resonates, that brings to you that intellect piece that you need to evolve to that next level of your spiritual journey. Remember, we're all unique, we're all incredibly different, and that's the beauty of it. And so, New Reality TV just offers a plethora of perspectives. So check them out. You will not be disappointed. NewRealityTV.com. Today's show is brought to you by Finding the Good. One of those rare organizations in the world that just seeks out the good. Those small gestures, those small desires, those small pictures in a world filled with sometimes division, separation. Finding the Good is an organization dedicated to finding a plethora of good, of bright moments and bright times. So check them out, as well as many other affiliates who have signed up to support our shows and our products here. So do check all of them out. akumedia.akoutlaw.com/sponsors. You won't be disappointed. Finally, for those of you who may need to bend an ear, have conversation, and maybe find a path through your stress, through your struggles and strife, check out our website at akulfhednar.org/guidance. There you can sign up for an exploratory discussion. We'll talk and we'll figure out, if there's something we can do, and we'll work together to find you the answers that you need. One-on-one, you and I, having a conversation about how you can move forward. All right, so today we're talking, as I mentioned, about the Feast of Gratitude. And we're talking about it in a way that we have oftentimes many of my friends and colleagues have a frustration, maybe a little bit of a negative energy towards the word Thanksgiving. And they say, oh, well, it essentially is the signature of colonization, of death, centuries now of struggle and strife. And while I can see from a historical perspective, okay, that fits, you're right, there did seem to come an ongoing struggle with it. But I want to extract away the idea of Thanksgiving, kind of set that off to the shelf. And again, I will say the word Thanksgiving and the phrase Thanksgiving really does kind of associate strongly with colonization, with this negative aspect. But the Feast of Gratitude. Now, I celebrate or embrace gratitude for everything in my life, including you here today. I appreciate all of that. And although the path has been destructive, the path from those earlier days here in the United States to where we are today have been filled with negative energies, negative effects, negative just actions against other peoples, we must take a moment to remember that whatever the case may be, in many cases, some need these steps to get to their next level of evolution. We are evolving, and we've spoken about it many times, how throughout our lifetime we will change. We adopt, we adjust, we take in new things, and we manipulate those thoughts and feelings that we've had as a child into our adulthood. So many times we're in a constant state of change. And sometimes those, it's a series of events have to occur to bring us to a place where we can now recognize our next step of evolution. Some of those spaces along the way, some of those stones that we must step on as we continue down the path are sharp and they're painful. But they're only for a time, they're only for a season. The rune Yura tells us that everything comes into our lives for a season, not for eternity, but simply for a season. And for that, I am grateful. The history of my life, there was a lot of pain. There's been many periods of pain. I've caused my field maiden pain. I've caused my children pain. I've caused my parents pain, my grandparents. I've caused myself pain. I've experienced an environment where my perception was pain. It was painful to watch. I'm always reminded as I think about gratitude and I think about experiences at which I have, on how the universe and reality around me it's fully functional with or without me. It goes on. Interactivity between energies and a series of events are occurring outside of me. What I take away from those experiences, my interpretation of what I witness, is different than the person sitting next to me. We'll have different experiences. We will see the event differently. Neither of us are wrong, for we both experienced this event through our own lens. And our lenses are our teachers. They allow us to interpret these experiences, these events, the way we need to understand them, to provide context. It's a multitude of things that we bring from these experiences, from these events. So today, obviously, on the Feast of Gratitude, what are we truly thankful for? Yes, bad things have happened in the past. For many a decade, well, at least a decade or two, I have had angst, maybe frustration and anger, bitterness towards the Christian church. Their conquering of the world. And you can call it whatever you like, and that's fine. You're free to do that, but it's a conquering. What they did throughout the world to enforce, to demand, to ensure that their practice survived the atrocities created. But I too was one of those who recognized that as a practice at one point in my life. And I needed to be there. I needed to understand that. I needed to have those feelings to get from there to here. Looking back on them, it leaves a horrible taste in my mouth. But I couldn't have that perspective, that way of looking at it, had I not been on those stones at one point in my life. I was born here in the United States. I was born here in a country formed on Puritan values, on the Pilgrims who originally inhabited. Those ideas, those mental pictures were then formed into law and formed this thing we call the Constitution and many other legal, the foundation for the legal system. So those values arrive at my consciousness whether I want them to or not. My society, my communities, they're all connected on these threads created by Christianity. Am I angry about it? I could be. I could say, darn it, I spent 10 years of my life doing this. Darn you. I could do that. Or I could realize that those 10 years that I spent as a Christian chaplain taught me many things. I learned, but most importantly, I was able to step from that rock to recognizing my Norse ancestry, recognizing the gods and goddesses that I do today. But I couldn't have made this leap had I not been there. I would have come into this in a very different direction. I would imagine it's still my destiny. My destiny still awaits me. But the path to that would have been very different. So sometimes when we truly embrace our gratuity, we need to think that maybe we're not real sure what we need, what we want. The universe has a way of helping us along our way, along our journey, helping us to discover stones at which to step on from where we are today. I don't know where that will be. I don't know where I'm going to be. I know what I feel. I know for the first time in my life, well, for the last couple decades anyway, I have felt authentic. I have felt myself. So I have found who I am. But what does that mean? I don't know. I'm going to keep on living to figure it out, to find out what the answer is at the end. Okay, well, let's take a moment and speak with the gods and call upon the runes. The runes, of course, are the tiles marked with characters of the Futhark. And today we ask, for what is it? What is it that we should be thankful for? And we ask the gods. Now, in my world, we look to the wisdom of Odin, the strength of Thor, the justice of Tyr, and we ask them, what is it? What does my path hold in store? What should I be thankful for? The path that I've already traveled. And today's rune is Nattis. Nattis is the rune of achievement through effort. It means that we have to put skin in this game. We have to be an active participant in our lives. No longer subscribing to the directions provided to us by the Norn. We're in charge. We get to make the decision as to how we see the different events in our lives, how we experience things, how we are made to feel, how we make ourselves feel. Through interactions, through conversations, through a series of sensory input. It's important that we remember that we drive that. Right, my friends. So, I need to take a very quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll finish it out by speaking about our thankfulness, expressing it, embracing it, making it a part of our everyday, and the power that resides therein. We'll be right back after this short commercial.
Feed the four-footed food right. Zeal Pet Foods keeps ingredients honest and energy steady. Check out all their options and all the links in our webpage at sponsors.
It's happening.
It's in the air. The time is now.
We're all waking up.
We're waking up.
We're all waking up.
It's all shifting.
New vibrations.
It's you.
It's you.
It's me. It's all of us.
Together.
A new time.
A new day.
A new energy.
A new energy.
New reality.
Awaken with us.
Awaken with us.
Awaken with us.
NewRealityTV.com.
Level up your language in minutes a day. TalkPal AI gives instant feedback and real practice. Try it and try the link in our description. These words are stirring something heavy in you. You don't have to carry it alone. Sliding Scale Spiritual Guidance with sessions outside normal business hours is available through the Alaska ulfhednar. Visit akulfhednar.org/guidance to book a free discovery session.
Welcome back, and thank you so much for taking that moment with us. We deeply appreciate our friends and our family at New Reality TV, as well as all of those others who have supported the show through our affiliated programs. So thank you so much to all of those. Most importantly, today we're calling out Finding the Good. Find the Good, a community organization dedicated to finding those small bright moments of good within a modern existence. So do check them out as well as all of our other affiliates. You can find those at akumedia.akoutlaw.com/sponsors. So thank you so much. And I do want to give a moment's shout out to all of my listeners at kwwp.org. KWWP Radio is a nonprofit radio offered by the Alaska Ulfhednar, and its mission is to help us to find culture and bring our ancestral back into our modern day lives. And what does that look like and what does it mean? So I do want to say thank you so much as we are simulcast today here on our media. I also want to say, for those of you who are new, or maybe this is the first time you're watching for Verlenes Belysning, I want to say thank you, and to let you know that we do have the chats available, YouTube, all of the chats available, where you can ask questions and make comments and put in your 2 cents, so as they say, to help us to kind of gear towards, maybe you're having a struggle or a strife. By all means, put it in the chat and let's discuss it. And if you don't want to put it in the chat, it's a little bit more personal, feel free to hit me up there at akulfhednar.org/guidance. Well, today we're talking about the Feast of Gratitude, and we're talking about being thankful for all of the things in our lives, some of which not perceivably good, not one of those things that we would say, ooh. For it takes an armorer's strike to forge a beautiful sword or ornamental metal. Those hammer strikes by the armorer, by the blacksmith, may seem violent in the small picture. In of themselves, they may seem violent, but in the bigger picture of things, forging a sword, forging a spear, forging an axe, they are a part of the process from beginning to end. From taking a chunk of metal and delivering a sharpened axe. So there are processes that may seem unwanted, unneeded, really not good. But it is with those hammer strikes that we develop into the people that we will become. The finished axe, the sharpened sword. Whatever it is our destiny calls us, these moments in time that may seem unwanted, unnice, unhappy, painful, come to us with a season to forge a new direction, to forge us into that which we are destined to be. Many people say, well, destiny is this thing that is enacted upon us. We are destined to be whatever society dictates. And no, we drive destiny. We drive. Oh, some things may not happen. Our careers may stall. Our process may fail. Our emotions may go into a tailspin. That doesn't seem like I'm on my way to my destiny, but you are. You are on your way. And you will not recognize our destiny if we do not travel through these darker corridors, which will occur in our lives, regardless what we do. They're there to teach us. They're there to help us to enact change in our lives, for good or bad. So we need to note these things. We need to remember that we alone are in charge of our perspective. We can look at things through a different lens. We can do that. And we don't need anyone else's authority, anyone else's permission. We don't need anyone to tell us what we see. We can do that all on our own. We don't need people to tell us what we feel. That too, we can control. So as we sit down today and eat upon the feast of gratitude, I encourage you to take a moment and be thankful, not for the moments that everything was rosy and beautiful. Be thankful for those moments where we had to walk through the thorns, the sharp rocks, to arrive at where we are today. To fracture the old molds of who we were to become who we will be. That is something to be thankful for. I encourage you to think about who you will be. Who have you left behind? My friends, today, Thursday, it represents strength in our lives. It represents discovery of an inner strength we may not have known, we may never have experienced before. I encourage you to embrace this strength in your own life. Change your perspective. Look at things a different way. And be thankful for the journey that we've had to make to get to where you are right now. It has been a wonderful journey of learning and growth. Embrace it. My friends, I wish you the very happiest of Feast of Gratitude, and for those of you who have yet to become enlightened, a Thanksgiving. I pray that we will see each other again tomorrow as we embrace the energy of Freya. Until then, I think my friends from across the channel there would say au revoir. Love and light, my friends.
Fulfilling us. Una. Hjälp oss med. Magnify. Tu för åg. Kaliot.
If what we've touched today hits something raw for you, you don't have to carry it alone. We offer a sliding scale spiritual guidance with sessions outside normal business hours. Visit akulfhednar.org/guidance to book a free discovery session.